The concept of dying in ancient Egypt was heavily present in the daily life of each Egyptian, as the idea of life after death was in fact a topic of great concern. And as such, Egyptians would often wonder about the fate of one's soul in the afterlife. Would they be fortunate enough to be welcomed in the fields of reeds, the heavenly paradise known in the Egyptian religion? Or would they be doomed to suffer eternally as wandering spirits in the land of the damned for the eternity? But before they could even fathom the place where each soul was bound to go, the weighing of their deeds would be subjected to a judgment before the throne of the god Osiris, and a creature awaited to devour the hearts of those judged as sinners. This underworld creature was called Ammit, the terrifying eater of hearts of the Egyptian mythology. While this creature is sometimes classified among the ancient gods in Egyptian mythology, she is more accurately assigned the role of a demon, a sinister goddess of the underworld who devoured the hearts of the evil dead and represents the divine retribution of all souls. She was said to devour the physical manifestation of the soul that could wander, but also climb the ladder to heaven and retain immortality. A significant deity who allegedly consumes the dead if their hearts were found heavy with guilt and shame in the judgment hall of the two truths during the weighing of the heart ceremony. Ammit has a fearsome aspect and sits alongside the 42 judges named in the Book of the Dead. The depictions of the goddess show her as a female monster with the head of a crocodile, the front legs and torso of a lion, and the back legs and rear end of a hippopotamus. Such a dreadful aspect believed to have been the portrayal of the three most terrifying man-eating animals known and feared to ancient Egyptians. The name Ammit that genuinely bears 4 letters instead of 5 was said to literally mean devourer, and therefore acquired epithets like the devourer of the dead, the eater of hearts, or the greatness of death. And just like many ancient Egyptian gods, Ammit went by several different names. Since the ancient Egyptians used symbols while referring to names, especially those of gods and other spiritual entities, they attributed the hieroglyphic symbol of an owl to the name of this entity, because this bird was said to represent death in the ancient Egyptian writing system. According to the mythology, Ammit resides beneath the scales of justice in the Hall of Two Truths, waiting for souls to be ferried in by Anubis. Upon their arrival, each soul would be given one last chance to defend the deeds of their previous existence. Then after the prosecution, the heart of the dead would be set on the scale against the divine feather representing the goddess of truth. For any heart lighter than the feather, the soul was declared pure enough for heaven and would be granted admittance to Aru for an eternal life. But if any soul was judged impure, the person undergoing judgment was not allowed to continue their journey towards immortality. Anubis would then feed the heart to the creature to go through a second death, ensuring no further physical existence and an eternal restlessness of the soul. The Soul Eater was also believed to have lived nearby the lake of fire and acting as its guardian, both representing the concept of destruction found in the Egyptian underworld. Therefore, there were accounts of her not devouring the hearts of sinners, but would instead throw those unworthy hearts into the fiery lake to be destroyed after judgment. Rather than being worshipped like other Egyptian deity, Ammit represented every aspect of the afterlife that the Egyptians feared the most. She was seen as a warning or a threat to be bound to eternal turmoil if they did not live following the principles of the goddess Mahat. And even though Ammit is described as a devouring entity, she was nevertheless seen as a good force because she destroyed evil. She was neutral and strictly serves at the whim of the other deities to take souls that have sinned and send them into oblivion. Ammit was often believed to have been the equal of Anubis in their relation with death. But unlike the jackal god, she was restrained to her role in the underworld because she threatened to enter the real world and devour the souls of the living. Ammit is sometimes personified as a demon, but in reality she acted as one to inspire fear for the purpose of ensuring order, enforcing good, and to ward off evil. She is an emblem that every person is always given a chance to defend their actions before being adjudged to eternal damnation. Please consider leaving a like to the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the Egyptian mythology. And feel free to share it and let me know in the comments what you would like next time. And as always, stay curious.